you must be new to creating custom cards.
Yes, I'm new. I like anime.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Lots of the people who submit custom cards seem to be in that mindset. Anyway, let's go over the steps for how to create a custom card, and submit them for the custom card review. First, you go to the website called Dueling Book. Once you log in and create your account, simply go to the left and scroll down to the custom card section. Then it's time to create custom cards. Fill in the information like normal. The specifics that go into making a custom card are a much larger topic, so for now we're going to go with something very simple and create Darkness and Death, who simply has the floating effect to destroy one other card on the field. Once we have all of its types and stats set up, now we go into the step of uploading the card. After the card is uploaded, then you're allowed to pick an image for it. Remember, custom cards need to have an image, and it can't use real-life photos, so just find something on Google Images that fits whatever you want. Then we're almost done with the submission. After we have our image uploaded, you can then see the card appear on screen, except there's that annoying clear card button at the bottom. What we do is simply click on the card itself in the middle of the screen. This will take us to another screen where you can then click on the camera icon in the top right hand corner, which will take you to a third screen where you have the full image in all of its glory. That you can simply right click and save to your file of choice. Then you're pretty much good to go. Log onto your wonderful Twitter account that you might normally use to argue with people about who's stronger, Naruto or Goku, and then simply make a tweet. Drag and drop images into your tweet, make sure to tag TheDuelLogs or just reply to one of the posts. And there you have it, 3 easy steps for submitting custom cards.
I should really add to my button that moves it over here to also turn on my desktop audio and mic. Okay, welcome everyone to this episode of the custom card review stream. This stream was created as a way to continue the series without making the videos, which performed very poorly and took up too much of my time. And instead I do a stream, which performs averagely and takes up way too much of my time. Why does your audio sound like Darth Vader? Oh no.
Am I on the correct audio link? Yeah, my audio should be fine. Why is the audio like this? Oh my god. Is there audio problems? Now it is? Okay. So I think I might have just accidentally had
The robot voice turned on? Is this what my voice sounded like? I don't know why, I must have pressed the button by
mistake. Here, it's normal now. It was Mother Spider voice? Oh, okay, yeah, I must have just pushed the button by mistake then. Because I have a button for it over here on my Stream Deck. I bought like the smallest Stream Deck they have because I don't take streaming seriously, but a Stream Deck is so useful. So it only has 6 buttons on it, and 2 of the buttons are to swap back between the voices.
So, you know, robot voice.
The normal voice. And then of course throwing Mother Spider on the screen. And
Hello
then
there.
going to the
You
end
must be
screen, going to the moon, and then coming back here. That's what my buttons do. I need 2 more buttons to turn on. I think I could just add the ability to turn on the audio to one of them as well. Okay. So. Whatever the case, there's a lot of cards that were sent in. So, Law of the Normal. Law of the Normal is a card, I should have just bought the bigger Stream Deck. Why do I have such a small one? I didn't know how useful Stream Deck was going to be until I had it, so I didn't know. I was unaware. And they're so expensive. The small one was like $150. Okay, so Law of the Normal. The thing is, I bought a Stream Deck before, but I lost it, so I had to buy it again. So I have 2 of these, and I don't know where my other one's at. Oh, I have it set for pendulums. Okay, here it is. So, Law of the Normal is a normal spell card, which has the effect where you can only activate this card while there are 5 face-up level 2 or lower normal monsters on your side of the field. Both players discard all cards in their hands and destroy all cards on the field except level 2 or lower normal monsters. Sorry, my voice is a little scratchy. So, Law of the Normal is probably one of my favoritist cards in the game. And yes, favoritist, I use that word intentionally. Because, a little bit of history on the card. You see, when I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in 2002 when it first came out, like I'm one of the original Yu-Gi-Ohers. This was like back in 4th grade. So, you know, before most of you guys were born. I wasn't allowed to play. Wait, that was supposed to be at 4. I just got a notification that Mythbreakers has started. It was supposed to be at 4. Did I get the time wrong? Oh, I'm so mad. I was 7, 2002. Oh yeah, so, whatchamacallit, 2002, like, my mom came home from rehab, and she said all Yu-Gi-Oh cards are from the devil, so she threw them away. And then she went back to rehab, and then I didn't have Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I wasn't allowed to buy them. This was before internet was a big thing, and obviously we didn't have a computer. So, like, I remember when we would go to, like, the store in the magazine section, they'd have this section that had, like, Yu-Gi-Oh plastered on it. So I opened up the book, and inside the book, they were, like, showing how you can buy single cards. And one of the cards they showed was Law of the Normal. And I thought the card was so cool that it kind of like reinvigorated, you know, I was like, I'm going to keep sticking into Yu-Gi-Oh! In secret. Because this card is awesome. It's from the devil. Well, my mom was probably just high. She doesn't care anymore. You know, that's what happens when you have drug addict parents. So, it was Law of the Normal that kept me keeping up with the game all the way until high school when I could buy cards again. And then the very first deck I built, you know, when I found other people who played Yu-Gi-Oh, was a Law of the Normal deck. And I just like bought all the singles off of eBay or whatever. Whatever websites they had back then. I had internet by that point. When I was in high school, this was probably around 2007, 2008. Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2008. Yeah, I had 2008. I had 2 copies of Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2008 because I had 2 Nintendo DS's and I would use them to duel against other people. Are you on drugs? No, I don't do any drugs. I don't even drink alcohol. I'm like 100%, you know, no narcotics in my body. I barely even use caffeine. So that's why I really like Law of the Normal. The card was just so cool, it made me want to stay in the game. And it's bad. It was never good. I'd always just use it for fun. Thanks for all your hard work. Found your channel a few weeks ago and I'm loving all your content. Why, thank you, Andres Garcia. I'm glad you like this stuff. And Christian role model, TheDuelLogs. Yes, this is a Christian-only stream. The only good drug is VTubers. Dude, I have, like, you know, in my DNA, addictive personalities. I have a hard enough time not eating junk food. I wouldn't survive if I had any hard drugs. Are you vaccinated? Of course. Bad cards that are fun are the best cards. Heck yeah, I only play gimmick decks. So, enough with the long intro. Let's actually get into these because there's so many of them. There's so many. Like for this one, I was like, I'm going to showcase every card sent in because I'm not going to do one of these next week. And then I went through like half of them and like 2 hours had passed and I was like, there's too many. I have to screen them. I don't get why there's so many. I'm pretty sure, I guess I am glad somewhat that this series isn't very popular. Otherwise there would be more. Okay. I'm also really hungry. I should have eaten before I did this. Blue Eyes White Baby Dragon. 2 level 2 monsters. This card is treated as a normal monster while face up on the field. You can detach an Xyz material from this card. Level 2 or lower normal monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects until the end phase. That's fine. What I like about this card is the last effect, where you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon up to 2 level 2 or lower normal monsters from your graveyard and face up attack position. So like, over the course of a duel, you can bring this card out, use its first effect, whatever, but once it hits the graveyard, you can then maybe use it later to set up Law of the Normal, which requires 5 level 2 or lower normal monsters on your side of the field in order to activate the card. which is to send basically everything to the graveyard except for level 2 or lower normal monsters. So if you could just send multiple copies of this from your deck to the graveyard, you could just fulfill the requirements with its graveyard effect. That graveyard effect is great. Only simp for Yugi tubers? I simp for no one, except Renee. Next up, we have Magical Mushroom Man. This is a pendulum card. I remember when pendulums first came out, I was excited about them because I thought they would help Law of the Normal decks. That didn't end up being the case. They printed only a single level 2 or lower pendulum monster that was normal. And that's it. And I was so disappointed. Also, a lot of the best versions of Law of the Normal decks have to do with the level 1 monsters. And they didn't introduce a 0 scale until like almost when pendulums were already dead. So nothing but disappointing support with pendulums. Even though I was super into it. Oh no, I hope you guys can't hear my stomach. It's starting to growl. I'll just move my mic up a little bit. What's the topic? Level 2 monster? The topic is Law of the Normal. Law of the Normal support. The pendulum food. I guess I could just leave this up. There we go. That way you always know what we're talking about. Order Uber Eats. No, I already have food. Like, it's as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna go eat my sandwich that I bought at the store. I just forgot to eat before the stream. Because I'm stupid. So, Magical Mushroom Man. Let's actually read the effect. It's a level 2 normal pendulum monster. Great. I need more of them. Neither player can pendulum summon monsters except for normal monsters. If you pendulum summon a normal monster while this card is in your pendulum zone, you can add up to 2 level 2 or lower normal monsters from your deck to your hand. That's great. If you special or normal summon monsters while this card's in your pendulum zone, you can add, you go +2. So you normal summon a normal monster, get 2 more, and then you can pendulum summon them later. The only fix I'd have for this card is to make it a 0 scale or 3 or higher. Like at a scale 1, it's almost useless for Law of the Normal decks. You can only use it to bring out the level 2 ones, which are not the superior versions of Law of the Normal, but I guess that's one way to do it. Make it 0 scale. This is it's a good card. I like it. Next one, Time Wizard, Broken Clock. Add normal monsters, so I think it's fine. It's great. I mean, like, there's so many normal monster support cards that give you a whole bunch of advantage that no one uses because normal monsters are useless. Time Wizard, Broken Clock. Quick play spell card. Tribute 1 level 2 or lower monster you control. Special summon up to 2 level 2 or lower normal monsters from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Quick effect, double the attack and defense of all face-up level 2 or lower monsters you control until your opponent's end phase. So, it allows you to tribute one of your cards in order to bring out 2 more, like a rescue rabbit. Then, it has the graveyard effect. Double the attack, level 2 or lower. I guess this is another support for level 2 normal monsters. So, like, the strongest 2 level normal monsters in the game are how do you spell Atlantean? Atlantean. It's a Atlantean Pikeman and then Zombie Clown. Do I not know how to spell zombie? Oh, it's called Clown Zombie. Gotcha. So, these are the 2 strongest level 2 normal monsters in the game. Oh no, they released another one. There's a Drytron, I think. Oh, I could just come over here. Monster, normal. They released another one recently. With 1500 attack. Yeah, Digitron. So these are the 3 strongest level 2 normal monsters in the game. So if you double their attack, that's good. That can allow for an OTK. If you resolve Law of the Normal with the level 2 engine, which is fine. The reason I prefer the level 1 engine is because there's a lot of level 1 monsters with a really high defense. And 1500 attack isn't really surviving very much battle phase. Galaxy Serpent is only 1000 attack. It is the 4th strongest level 2 normal monster. Level 2 or lower, I know, but like the strongest level 1 monster is Volcanic Rat with 500 attack. So doubling its attack is worthless. That's why it would only be useful on the level 2 monsters where you have big boys like Atlantean Pikeman, Clown Zombie, and Digitron. Like that's one of the things. Once you resolve Law of the Normal, your monsters on the field aren't strong enough to OTK your opponent. So your opponent can draw a card and then they can come back. So one of the problems with Law of the Normal is you want to also resolve Triangle Power before it. Because it increases the attack of all your level 1 normal monsters by 2000 until the end phase. So the ideal strategy is Triangle Power and then Law of the Normal. Or, a whole bunch of Link monsters. Let's put these up here. So, just Sword and Shield. Yeah, Sword and Shield also works. I ran versions with Sword and Shield as well, because they all have so many high defense. That's why I like the level 1s. I have a soft spot for level 1 Law of the Normal decks. Level 2s just haven't performed as well in my long history of playing Law of the Normal decks. Pokemon Sword and Shield? Ew, gross. Who plays Pokemon? Next card, the Normal Substitute. Ooh. He has a PhD in Law of the Normal. I am an expert in Law of the Normal. Nobody knows more about Law of the Normals than I do. I'm pretty sure I have like 20 Law of the Normal videos on my channel. Normal Substitute. Reveal 1 normal monster in your hand or deck, then target 1 spell/trap card in your deck that specifically lists the normal in its text, like Law of the Normal. Send it to the graveyard. For the rest of this turn, this card's name becomes that target's name, and this card gains that target's effects. Ooh. You see, there's a couple of trap cards that don't support Law of the Normal, but have the normal in the name, which are obviously like, they use the card artwork, Revenge of the Normal. And there's also the Return of the Normal, and I think that's it. It's just these 2 cards, and they're both trap cards. So the Normal Substitute, its good effect is the fact that it allows you to copy the effect of a trap card, I guess. But they don't really help Law of the Normal decks very much, which is unfortunate because I always get excited when they release potential Law of the Normal support. The de facto leading expert. There is no one who knows more about Law of the Normal than I do. I'm very sad that you can't play Law of the Normal in Duel Links because the card itself requires you to have 5 monsters. Pride of the Normal? Pride of the Normal sucks. Where's Pride of the Normal? It's not the Normal. It's Pride of the Week. Oh, it's not even the Normal, it's just Pride of the Week. Pride of the Week sucks. Okay, anyways, its other effect. Add this card, gains a target's effect. During the end phase of this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you can return this card from your graveyard to your deck to target 1 spell or trap card in your graveyard. Or is banished, that lists the normal in its text, return it to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. Oh, so it also searches. Recursion's neat. Man. Whenever I read these things with annotations, it really tires me out. Reading it rotely, so much easier, but it doesn't sound as good. Law of the Abnormal. Make it a card, Konami. Heck yeah. If it was at 3 instead of 5, it would be too easy to pull off. This is a good way, because one of the problems with Law of the Normal, one of the many problems, is that there's no way to search the card out. Because it's a normal spell card, which is literally the hardest type of card to search out of the deck. Like, when it comes to just support for searching out a type of card, normal spell card is absolutely the hardest, because it is the most valuable. So searching this thing out is almost impossible. I mean, you can do it. Left arm offering is the best option, and left arm offering sucks. What we need is a skill in Duel Links that lets you search out any card from your deck. That'd be the best way to do it. Next up, Laws of the Normal. Creepy. Okay, this one's hilarious. The artwork is just 3 of these things. It's locked. It's just 3 of these things creeping on someone from My Hero Academia. I don't even know who that is. I just know it's from My Hero Academia. The effect is when this card is activated, you can add 1 triangle power and 1 the normal spell cards from your deck or graveyard or banish zone to your hand. Yeah, triangle power, Law of the Normal. That's good. You can special summon 5. And if you do, you can special summon 5 level 1 normal monsters from your deck or graveyard or banish zone or hand to your field in attack position. And if this card is in your graveyard and you banish this card from your graveyard, you can banish zone skip your opponent's 3 turns. And if you do, period, this card is sent to your hand from anywhere. You can use this effects for once per turns. I don't think that's Froppy. It's not the frog girl. That's Tokage, the alligator chick. Yeah, I don't know who that is. I do read, are these fake? Yes, these are custom cards, not real. When this card is activated. Yeah, so basically summon everything, stop your opponent from playing for 3 turns. It's broken. That's pretty part of the course for Chaz R. Johnson's cards that he sends in. This one did have a funny artwork, though. Next up, Argos, the Emperor of Distortions. This one's kind of hard to read. This card can be special summoned by sending 3 normal monsters from your hand to the graveyard to special summon this card. From your hand, huh? That's kind of hard to bring out. This card is unaffected by other card effects as long as level 2 or lower monsters are in your graveyard. If a card effect activates, send 1 normal monster from your deck to the graveyard, negate the card's activation. When this card is destroyed, special summon up to 5 normal monsters from your graveyard. They gain the combined attack of all normal monsters in your graveyard and can't be targeted by card effects. This effect can be used once per turn. So, if your opponent activates an effect, negate it by sending 1 normal monster from your deck to the graveyard with no once per turn. The negation isn't a once per turn. The thing is, like, it requires you to go -3 to summon it with normal monsters from your hand. And you only have a finite amount of normal monsters in your deck. And it only negates the activation. It doesn't destroy the card. And it doesn't have protection, but then again, you can just negate your opponent, and it has 3,700 attack. Your opponent's not beating over this card without being able to activate an effect. It is broken. But I'm trying to think, it's not that broken, is it? No, it is. Like, if you could just negate everything, you know, if your deck only has like 5 normal monsters in your deck, 5 negates is too strong. It's too strong. Even if it is kind of hard to bring out. Next one, Unity of the Normal. Face up level 2 or lower normal monsters on your side of the field, gain 800 attack. The first time each turn this card would be destroyed by a card effect, it isn't. This kind of reminds me of, I'm forgetting the name of it. It has like all the Ojamas on it. I forget. It's also a continuous trap card that gives all continuous spell card, which gives all of your monsters 800 attack, just as long as they all have the same type. And they have the, yeah, Solidarity. That's the card I was thinking of. If a face-up level 2 Allure monster is summoned or sent to the graveyard, you can add a card that specifically lists level 2 or lower monsters from your deck to your hand. That's a good way to distinguish between them. Level 2 or lower normal monsters, because all of the good Law of the Normal support cards specifically state level 2 or lower normal monsters. Except Unity of the Normal, but you cannot summon from your extra deck for the rest of this turn. You can only use this effect of Unity of the Normal once per turn. So, there were a lot of cards sent in. which were basically continuous spell or trap cards, which had the effect where they couldn't be destroyed by the effects of Law of the Normal. Or they gain an effect when they're destroyed by Law of the Normal. I like this one, though. It basically has the same thing, where if you use Law of the Normal, it's not going to get destroyed, but it also just has protection from other things as well. Because the first time each turn this card would be destroyed, it's not. I think that's probably a better way to go about it than just making it immune to a single card. Solidarity was my staple in my pure Cladian deck, so I never forget. I love Solidarity. I used it a lot, but it was never very good. Next one. Ticketmaster. Man, these are just in a random order. This is not how I ordered them at all. Let me see here. Okay. So, this card right here requires 2 tokens as its materials. It cannot be destroyed by card effects. When this card is link summoned, add 1 the Law of the Normal from your deck to your hand. Can't be destroyed by card effects. Does that mean it survives Law of the Normal? And destroy all cards on the field except level 2 or lower normal monsters. Yeah, I guess it does. Huh. When a monster on your side of the field is sent to the graveyard, special summon 1 ticket token. Level 2, attack 1500. Okay, so that works with Law of the Normal. You can discard 1 card, add 1 card that lists token and its text from your deck to your hand. Oh, that's broken. You contribute this card and special summon level 2 normal monsters from your deck equal to number of ticket tokens on the field. You can only use each of this effect of Ticketmaster once per turn. So it allows you to search out Scapegoat, or just any card with token and its text. That's so strong. That's too strong. How is it broken? It searches out any token card, including the very strong ones, like Scapegoat. 2 tokens, such tough materials. This thing is oddly broken. Yeah, it's just that searching out of a token card, which is the broken part of it. Everything else is fine. It seems like it would support Law of the Normal very well. But the token card is very strong. The token search. It needs to be more specific. It's not a zombie? Oh yeah, I guess this would be better as a zombie, huh? Unintentionally broken. Yeah, basically. I don't even remember if I had a card on stream. There's no TheDuelLogs custom Cardopedia for me to look up. Nah, no one's gonna bother with that. Twitter announced a dislike feature. Sure they did. One second. Okay, next card. I'm back. What did I miss? Nothing much. Temple of the Normal. I gotta get a drink of water real quick. Okay. Whoa. I just noticed my mic is very dusty. I turned it off by mistake. Are these your cards or other duelist creations? Yes, they were sent in by other people. So Law of the Normal is a nuke effect? Yeah, it destroys everything. So next up we have Temple of the Normal. This card can't be destroyed by the effect of card Law of the Normal. Level 2 normal monsters are unaffected by your opponent's card effects. If you summon a level 2 normal monster, you gain 500 life points. Once per turn, you can destroy one level 2 normal monster to add the Law of the Normal from your deck to your hand. Unaffected by card effects. You know, one of the problems I run into a lot with Law of the Normal decks is that it's too easy to just destroy the normal monsters with card effects. Like, there's lots of support for if the cards are destroyed by battle. You know, you can swarm. But card effects are usually how people choose to get rid of them in the modern era. So making them unaffected by your opponent's card effects is a must. That way they have to destroy them by battle or destroy this card. Getting life points is nice and everything, but it also, you need a way to search out your Law of the Normal. So this provides that as well. From where? What do you mean from where? Is this great? Lower level normal monsters? All places? What do you mean all places? It says from the deck. From your deck to your hand. What are you guys talking about? And 10 field spell cries, guess I'm not needed. Oh, I forgot about the 10 field spell. Huh. Huh. Yeah, it doesn't tell you where do you destroy the normal monster. Oh, I see. I just assumed it was on the field. Right, right. I mean, I guess if it allowed you to destroy it from your hand too, that would be cool. You know, on the field is fine too. Man, these are making me want to build a Law of the Normal deck. Just throw in the field spell card of the rival 10 Okay, next up we have Divine Guardian of All That Is Normal. Field spell card. When this card is activated, special summon one level 3 or lower normal monster from your hand or deck. And if you do, that monster gains 2,000 attack. Nice. Level 3 or lower normal monsters you control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Oh, it's a field spell card. Okay, that makes sense. Once per turn, you can special summon one level 3 or lower normal monster from your hand or graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard, special summon one non-effect monster from your extra deck. You can only use each effect once per turn. Ooh, so it special summons on activation. Grants them some protection. Allows you to special summon once per turn from your hand or graveyard. And special summons a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon if it's sent to the graveyard. I like this. Oh no. Oh yo, my card made it in. Sweet. Oh, is this one yours, Game Glitcher? Or was it the previous? Oh yeah, I see it right there. The bottom right. Game Glitcher. Instant 2000 attack, undisturbable, fleeting belt stick into Ultimate Dragon is already a bonkers effect for casual context. This is great. It wouldn't be strong enough. That's how bad normal monsters are. Oh, this is live? What do you mean it's live? This isn't live, this is pre-recorded. And based on the fact that protect normal monsters from effects but allow to gain life points too, controlling level monsters doesn't protect you. Yeah, that's why you have like whatchamacallit, human wave tactics. So this one is True Mushroom Man, level 2 normal monster. Oh dear god, it's him. What I like about this card is that it has very high stats for a level 2 monster. We need more cards like this, then Law of the Normal decks might not be as bad. Domain of the normal. Hi, I'm normal. It's a level 1 warrior tuner with 2100 defense. Hi, this is Damien. He is a normal person and he wants you to have a really good day. I wish you a really good day, he says. Hello there, Damien. The rage of the normal. You see, it's a lot of the normal artwork, but with like, you know, squinty eyes written on it. All level 2 or lower normal monsters you control gain 1500 attack. Also, they are unaffected by other card effects for the rest of this turn. I like it. If you activate the effect of the Law of the Normal this turn and it resolves successfully, you can activate this card from your hand. While this card is in your graveyard, you can send one level 2 or lower normal monster to the graveyard. Add this card to your hand. You can send one level 2 or lower normal monster to the graveyard, add this card to your hand. You can only with this effect rage the normal once per turn. I assume you can add this to your hand from the field, because Law of the Normal sends all cards in your hand to the graveyard. So if you had it in your hand, you wouldn't be able to use it, but its graveyard effect allows you to add it back to your hand, which I assume is by sending one of your normal monsters to the graveyard that you control, which would allow you to OTK. That would be good. You know, it offers them protection, which is nice, and it also allows you to do it again from the graveyard. And you can use it from your hand during the turn you activate Law of the Normal by returning it. So I guess this works. Wouldn't it be better to activate it from the graveyard? Pfft. Bah. Next up, Shiroi. Is it Shiroi? I've watched 2 seasons of this anime, and I don't know how to say his name. Shiroi? I don't know how to say it. Author of the law. Is that his name in the anime? Did they change it? Shiroi? Shiro-e? Shiro? Shiro-e? Shiro-e? Shiroe? Shiro? Shiroi? Shiroi? Is it eh or e? I forget. Is Shiro-e? Shiroe? Oh, I guess that sounds right. Shiroe. Okay. Unimportant. It's a level 2 fusion monster. You contribute this fusion summon card in the extra monster zone. Also, you can reveal one Law of the Normal in your hand. Special summon 5 level 2 or lower monsters in attack position from your deck or graveyard. Also, if you revealed the Law of the Normal, your opponent can activate cards or effects in response to this effect. If the Law of the Normal would be negated, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. And if you do, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn. You can only activate each effect once per turn. So, what I like about this card is, obviously, for 1, it allows you to set up 5 normal monsters for Law of the Normal. And for 2, it does allow you to get past one of the really bad downsides of Law of the Normal, is that even if you do set up Law of the Normal, the card itself can just be negated pretty easily. So it provides, like, you need Law of the Normal to resolve. So if your opponent just saves a negate for Law of the Normal, then there's nothing you can do because it's so hard to search out. It's an instant fusion target. Yeah, that's really good about it too. And it provides protection for Law of the Normal. You need Law of the Normal to resolve. That's your win condition, and it's like the win condition. It should say 4 non-effect monsters. Whatever. You get the point. 4 non-Gemini normal monsters. I think they also wanted to be used with tokens. Well, non-Gemini is a weird way to put it. What's wrong with Geminis? There's no reason it can't use Gemini monsters too. It should say 4 non-effect monsters. Yeah, I guess. Semantics. You get the point of it. Next up, King of the Normal. You contribute this card. Special summon 1 each Petite Dragon, Haniwa, Mushroom Man, Gigglebite, and Moki Moki from your hand, deck, and or graveyard. You cannot special summon monsters except normal monsters for the rest of the turn after you activate this effect. If you have activated and resolved the effect of Law of the Normal while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 triangle power from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can use each of these effects once per turn. So, it sets up all the monsters from the artwork of Law of the Normal, and then allows you to add triangle power. which is great because you need that in order to win, because those normal monsters can't win on their own unless you go into link summons. That guy, how much I hate him, I don't know what he's from. I've seen a lot of anime, but I've never seen the one this one is part of. Triangle power, yeah. Triangle power increases the attack of all of your level 1 normal monsters by 2,000 until the end of the turn, which would allow for an OTK. This card is a +4. A +4 with normal monsters, though. You guys want to see something? You guys want to see something real quick? I was playing around with this before the thing started. Replays. Treasure Panda. Treasure Panda. You guys want to see one of the most broken cards in the game? I think I made a video about this, or I put it in a video anyway. Treasure Panda. Look at this card right here. You can banish up to 3 spells/traps from your graveyard face down. Special summon 1 normal monster from your deck whose levels equals the numbers of card banished to activate this effect. You may notice that there is a lack of a once per turn on this. So, you could just special summon, you know, as many cards from your deck as you want, as long as you have the amount of cards in your graveyard necessary to fuel its banish cost, which is done pretty easily with the Bamboo Engine or the Toon Table of Contents stuff. Look at all these special summons. Law of the Normal, he brings out everything from just that one normal summon. How do I go back? Here we go. You don't need to do the rest of that. Spoiler alerts, I win against myself. So Treasure Panda can do this too. It does require a lot more setup though. So yeah, it is technically stronger, but Panda can already summon more. Like, a precedent has been set that they don't care how many normal monsters you can summon from the deck, just as long as it requires resources to do it. Dueling yourself sounds dirty? Well, I only do that to show off combos. There's no point in dueling yourself if you're actually trying to duel. Don't worry, I try my decks against real people who destroy them. What's your first impression of Master Duel? It looks awesome. And will you buy a simulator once it's available? Yeah, I've spent like thousands of dollars in Duel Links. I'll do it again. I'll do it again. Oh shit. You didn't see that. You didn't see my real face for a second. Do you play GOAT format? No. I don't have time to play alternative formats. Okay. Next up, we have Beginner's Village. I like the idea behind this. Of level 2 or lower normal monsters being beginner cards, beginner monsters. Because that's kind of what they are. Oh, to be able to afford to spend thousands on virtual currency. Hey, that's like over the course of like 4 or 5 years. I've been playing Duel Links since 2017. I'll do it again. Yeah, it was funny seeing a whole bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTubers tweet about it and be like, man, I hope Master Duel doesn't have an egregious business model. And I was like, do you seriously expect it to not have one? Like, have we been following the same game by the same company? What has Konami done which would make you believe that they wouldn't put in microtransactions in Duel Master? Literally nothing. It is... Come on. I was like, obviously it's going to be riddled with egregious microtransactions. Have you played a Yu-Gi-Oh game? I'm just assuming most of them don't play Duel Links, but some people who do play Duel Links are also like, oh, I hope it has a good business model. It's like, of course it's not. It's Konami. I'm just surprised there were so many of them. Like, man, I'm hoping it has a good business model. It's like, of course it's not going to have one. Why would you even say that? I'll stick to Legacy of the Duelist. Yeah, I'm excited for it. The graphics really remind me of Hearthstone. Like, I don't really like Hearthstone, but I do love how it feels to play Hearthstone. Like, when you put a card on the field, you can, like, feel it hit the field. I don't know how they do it. It just feels good to play cards in that game. Like, you can feel the weight of them. Like, when you throw in a big boss monster, like, boom. It just like makes a noise and it like shakes the field. It feels so good. It looks like they're trying to copy that in Duel Masters. And I saw a bunch of people like, man, I hope you can turn off those animations. It's like, shut up. The animations are the best part. What's your expectations of Master Duels? If there's anything you would turn off, it looks great. I'm excited to see what it's going to be like. I fully expect it to be pay to win, but that's Konami. Man, you guys don't... Has anyone here remember Yu-Gi-Oh! Online when it was closed down before 2012? Like, for a couple of years, they had an online card game called Yu-Gi-Oh! Online. And you guys want to hear terrible business models? You don't know the horror stories that were Yu-Gi-Oh! Online. Yu-Gi-Oh! Online didn't allow you to create decks by sharing copies of cards. So for like example, if you wanted to make a Frog Monarch deck and you only had one copy of Treeborn Frog, well, if you wanted to play your other version of the deck, you'd have to go into your first version, take out your Treeborn Frog, and then go into your other deck and then put it in because you could not share copies of cards between your decks. Also, oh man, there were... Okay, this isn't about Yu-Gi-Oh! Online. I just have so much bad memories of that fucking game. I loved it. I spent way too much money on that game than I'd like to admit. But it was so bad. Oh. It was terrible. Like, Duel Links is like miles better when it comes to its business model. And it's still not as good as Hearthstone. And like, Hearthstone players complain about the business model of Hearthstone. Like, I don't think you can do a card game right unless you just give all the cards to people and then just charge like a monthly fee. Which, like, whatever. That's cool. But they're not going to do that because they can just make more money not doing that. Hearthstone is evil? Yeah, okay. We got you know, if you go by Blizzard fans who hate everything about their company, then yeah, totally evil. Even though it has like one of the best business models of a online card game. Not the best, but it's definitely good. I wish Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links had the business model of Hearthstone. That would be awesome. What exactly is Edo Pro then? Edo Pro is just a fan-made simulator. Everything's free. They literally can't charge money for it, otherwise they'll get in trouble. Oh, I didn't even read the card. I just went on a rant about Yu-Gi-Oh! Online. Once per turn, you can discard one card to special summon a level 2 normal monster from your deck. Ooh, that's really good. If this card is destroyed by a card effect, you can send any number of normal monsters on your field to the graveyard and draw the same amount of cards. That's fine. Blizzard is better than Konami? When it comes to business models, yeah. But like, if you go to any Blizzard game and say, wow, this business model is better than X and X, they'll be like, you know, you'll be called a shill. There's a very anti-Blizzard sentiment within Blizzard game communities right now, which is kind of deserved, to be honest. Next one, The Awakening of the Normal. So I think this one's based off of Pride of the Week. Shadowverse is very free-to-play friendly, to be honest. Is it? I tried Shadowverse and I didn't like it. Mainly because I don't like any games with a resource mechanic. Activate only if this card was discarded by the effect of the Law of the Normal, and the effect of the Law of Normal was successfully activated and resolved this turn. All level 2 or lower normal monsters you control gain 500 attack times the number of cards destroyed by the effect of the Law of the Normal. Damn, that's a lot of attack. It's an essay? Yeah, most of these cards are essays. Also, all level 2 or lower normal monsters you control become unaffected by card effects and cannot be tributed until the end of your opponent's next turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except level 2 or lower normal monsters. If this card is in your graveyard, except the turn was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card, add one the Law of Normal from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can only use each of these effects once per turn. So that final effect is great. This, you know, it adds a searcher for Law of the Normal, which is what you really want. The other one is like overkill. Like if you resolve Law of the Normal and this card is in your hand, you're gonna win. Because your monster's gonna get like a huge boost. Shadowverse is free to play friendly until they nerf the meta decks to overbuff another one to force people to liquefy, then they do the same thing to overbuff one a few weeks later. I remember someone on one of the custom card streams. They're like, you should watch my video on why I quit Yu-Gi-Oh. I was like, I'll do it. So I went to his channel and I watched his video about why he quit Yu-Gi-Oh. And his arguments was basically because Konami hates poor people because of like how they ban cards that are good or they limit cards which are too cheap to get. And I was like, I don't think Konami hates poor people, but I'm pretty sure the ban list is determined by price to an extent as well. You know, that's one conclusion you can draw, but I wouldn't say that's, you know, the motivation behind it. Next question. Just a question about submitting cards. Is there a minimum of cards I have to submit or any rules I should follow to make it more comfortable for you? Yeah, I have a thing I put up on my Twitter for that. Also, there's a video at the end which explains how to do it. Basically, you can send in as many cards as you want, but if you send in like a mountain of cards, I'm probably not going to read them. Also, if you send in like 10 cards, I'll probably only pick like one of them from the pack. They don't hate poor people, they just love rich people? Yeah, basically. Like, I understand why you'd quit the game because they're constantly nerfing cards that you spend a whole bunch of money in, you know, by banning them. That makes sense. You know, the conclusion that they only do it because they hate poor people seems kind of hyperbolic. Anger of the Normal. Quick play spell card. I don't know if this is custom art or not, but that's a great Moki. Level 4 or lower no monsters are unaffected by card effects and cannot be destroyed by battle until your opponent's next end phase. Ooh, that's great protection. While this card is in your graveyard and you control 3 or more level 2 or lower no monsters, you can banish this card. Then every level 2 or lower no monster gains 2,000 attack until your next end phase. No, until your end phase. You can only use each of these effects once per turn. That second effect is amazing for Law of the Normal. That's a great win. Or Ludolites and Duel Links. There are competitive free-to-play cards and Duel Links, free-to-play decks. I just realized that if you have 4 level 2 normal monsters and a level 2 tuner, you can basically boost Max Gigantic Castle. Yeah, you could. There are tuner level 1 and level 2 normal monsters. Frankly, Duel Links model isn't that bad. They could literally just tweak the prices and suddenly it wouldn't be that big of a deal. The Duel Links business model isn't that bad. It's just they don't. It's just the game's been out for so long that if you start today, you're never going to catch up unless you spend thousands of dollars. Because they don't really have a catch-up mechanic for buying older cards. So like if you started at the beginning, you could probably have all the cards being free to play if you played the game nonstop. Like that's the problem with most free-to-play games. Sure, you can play for free, but you're going to have to spend way more time than everyone else. And if your time is worthless, then I guess it's free. But if you, you know, don't value your time, then you can spend all the time in the world in order to compete with people who do value their time and just pay money. You know, they don't value their money as much as time. That's the kind of drawback. For me, I do this for a living, so most of it can be written off as a business expense. Not all of it, though. There's legal tax things you have to take into account. So it's more easy to justify it for myself, but for everyone else, like the people who wail like crazy, I don't really see a point in it. You don't really need to. You can do just fine, unless you just really want 3 copies of... Oh man, how much did I spend on that? Never mind, don't listen to me. Paradise of the Normal. Is this a custom artwork? It has to be. It has a lot of normal cards on it. Wow, this is good. When this card is activated, special summon any number of level 4 or lower normal monsters from your hand. This card gains effects depending on the number of normal monsters on the field. 1+, all normal monsters on your field gain 700 attack for each face-up normal monster. 2+, once per turn, special summon 1 normal monster from your graveyard. 3+, as long as this card is on the field, neither player can special summon monsters except normal monsters. Whoa. 4+, neither player can activate monster effects. Whoa. 5+, all normal monsters you control is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. You see, the strongest effect is that 3+. You know, you should swap the positions of 3 and 5. Because the 5 effect is not as impactful as the 3+ effect, where you can't special summon except normal monsters. That's crazy floodgate. It's a good card. I would swap the positions of 3 and 5, and it's good to go. A bit OP, isn't it? The 3 effect is, yeah. Next up, the Call of the Normal. If you have at least 3 normal monsters in your hand, discard 1 card. Add 1 the Law of the Normal card from your deck to your hand. Nice. If this card is banished, you can add up to 5 level 2 or lower monsters from your deck to your hand, and you can normal summon those cards. But they cannot attack, be used as extra deck or tribute materials, and are banished at the end of your turn. What I like about that is that if you just use Gold Sarcophagus, you can banish this card from your deck, and then get out 5 normal monsters. However, you need to have Law of the Normal in order to make use of that. The 5+ monsters, a 3500 bonus attack, and unaffected by effects. Oh, like Ultimate Falcon. That's neat. I would still swap the effects because preventing your opponent from special summoning is way stronger. It's an excellent floodgate. This card reminds me of like a Revival of the Dragon Lords. I think that's what it's called, right? How do you spell revival? Revival of the Immortals? Nope, that's not what it's called. Dragon Lord. Nope, that's not what it's called. Whatever. There's this trap card where if you banish it, you get to special summon 2 level 8 water monsters from your deck. I always like that card. Reminds me of that. Next one. Crowning of the Normal. I always forget Ib is a level 2 normal monster. She technically works. Return of the Dragon Lords? Is that what it is? Return of the... Nope, that's not it. Crowning of the Normal. When this card is activated, add 1 Law of the Normal or level 2 or lower normal monster from your deck to your hand. Nice. You can only activate 1 of the following effects once per turn, and only once that turn. If normal monster is summoned, you can special summon up to 2 level 2 lower monsters from your hand or graveyard. Excellent. Great swarming. If Law of the Normal is activated while you control this face-up card, you can activate this effect. This card is not destroyed. Also, your opponent cannot draw cards until the next main phase. You only activate 1 of the effects once per turn. So, if you activate Law of the Normal, and you get rid of all your opponent's cards in their hand, and then your monsters all attack, your opponent basically gets a Yata-Garasu effect, so they can't do anything for 1 turn. That's nasty. Also, the first effect, if a normal monster is summoned, special summon up to 2 level 2 lower monsters from your hand or graveyard. So that means every turn you summon 1 card, you get 2 extras, which is just so good for going into link plays. This isn't a WoW stream? Of course not. That's broken? Yeah, kind of. The Fuzzy Wuzzy Cute Beast of the Normal. I like this card because it has 1500 attack on a level 2 monster. Excellent. Scary boss monsters are terrorizing our 4 West, CED, DAD, VFD. One day after the other, they prey on the weak. But there's a law in our 4 West, live in peace. Those who break it will be sent to the Shadow Realm. Thanks, I hate it. This is great. Power up. This one's like a stronger triangle power, I believe. Level 2 or lower normal monsters you control gain 2000 attack and are unaffected by your opponent's card effects until the end phase. If you control 3 or more normal monsters, you cannot activate cards in response to this card's activation. Your opponent can activate cards in response to this card's activation. Destroy all normal monsters you control during the end phase. You can only activate 1 power up per turn. This would allow your dudes to just like beat over anything your opponent controls. That would be great. They can just power through everything because they have ultimate Falcon protection. Your opponent can't stop anything. Like, you think you're stalling up for Law of the Normal? No, you just use power up. Your opponent can't respond to it. All your monsters are unaffected by everything, and they can just plow through your opponent's field and then they get destroyed at the end of the turn. It's not very good to combo with Law of the Normal because this card is a win condition in of itself. I like it. But it can also be used with Law of the Normal. How about Space Hero custom cards next time you do custom card poll, or like alien custom cards like creatures, machines, plants, and planets? Space Heroes. Space. I'll add that to my list. I'm running out of ideas. Space themed heroes. Alien creature cards. Planet-based cards. I see. So cards based on things rather than archetypes. That's a good idea. Discord link. I don't think that Discord link works. Next one. Judge Man's Courthouse. Reveal one normal monster in your hand. Add one Law of the Normal from your deck to your hand. If you control a level 2 or lower normal monster, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent controls. The effects of monsters cannot be activated in response to this card's... Whoa. So it's Dark Ruler no more. If you control 3 or more normal monsters, banish this card from your graveyard. All monsters you control become level 2. You see, this would help out a lot. Again, remember, one of the things with Law of the Normal is that if your opponent negates the effect, you're done. You're donezo. But this one, just Dark Ruler no more is your opponent. And searches out Law of the Normal, and allows you to just change all your monsters to level 2. Whoa. Picture reminds me of the filler episode of Joey versus Judgman. I'm pretty sure this is exactly that. Great, more support to Aqua, the useless goddess. I need to drink some water real quick. Okay, that reminds me, at the end of this, I have an announcement to make. Remind me to announce the announcement. I have no idea how many I have left. Because it puts the cards in a random order. Extinction of the Normal. Destroy any number of level 2 or lower normal monsters in your hand or on the field. Destroy the same amount of cards on your opponent's side of the field. Wow, that's good. If you control no monsters, you can discard this card, draw 3 cards, reveal your hand, and if none of the cards you draw is a level 2 or lower monster, banish all cards in your hand. So it has 2 hand effects. Since it's a quick effect, you can use it during your opponent's turn to disrupt their plays if you get out a whole bunch of normal monsters. That's great. I was not caught up to live Lamal. Oh, okay. The Legion of the Normal. Oh, this is the one from the artwork. This is excellent custom art. It's Gigabyte and Heinowa, or whatever his name is. Is that from the episode? What? I have no idea. What are you guys talking about? Are you guys behind on chat? The Legion of the Normal. Continuous spell card. During your main phase, you can special summon up to 3 level 2 or lower normal monsters with different names from your deck. Whoa. Those monsters special summoned by this effect cannot be attributed. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn after you activate this effect, except level 2 or lower normal monsters. Okay, that's fair. You can only use this effect of Legion of the Normal once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard by the effect of the Law of the Normal, the attack of all face-up level 2 or lower monsters you control becomes 3,000 until the end of this turn. Yeah, this is great. This card's excellent. Special summon 3 level 2 or lower monsters from your deck. Whoa, that sounds amazing, except we already have cards that do that, so there's a precedent set. To an extent. Let me show them to you, since I am an expert in custom cards. So we have the League of Uniform Nomenclature. Select one face-up level 2 or lower normal monster you control to activate this. Special summon as many cards as possible from your deck with the same name as the selected monster. Whoa. So if you change the name of the card, you could special summon 3 monsters from your deck. That's not the one I was thinking of. There's also the Enchanted Fitting Room. This one, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, special summon all level 3 or lower normal monsters. So this one allows you to special summon 4 monsters from your deck, potentially. Legion of the Normal is a lot more consistent than those other two, though. And it also has great support with Law of the Normal. Next one, reoccurring Anormalopolis. Destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of level 2 or lower normal monsters you control. Great. If you control no effect monsters, you can activate this card from your hand. Awesome. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send one level 2 or lower normal monster from your hand or field to the graveyard, add this card to your hand. You can activate each effect once per turn. This card is very strong. You can just keep returning it into your hand. And then just destroy all your opponent's cards, because it's way easier to swarm out level 2 or lower normal monsters than it is for your opponent to bring out cards. And it's spell speed 2, you can use it from your hand. This is a beast of a card. This would be so strong. Recurring what ellipse? It's Anormalopolis. It has normal in its name. Get it? Because Law of the Normal. Criminal of the Normal. Level 2 tuner. If this card is the only effect monster you control, you can negate this card's effect until the end phase. This card is treated as a normal monster. If this card is sent from your hand to the graveyard, all normal monsters you control gain 1000 attack. Well, so if it's sent to your hand to the graveyard with Law of the Normal, you get a boost. You can tribute this card, add one of the normal spell card from your deck to your hand, or special summon 2 level 2 normal monsters from your graveyard. And this thing is a beast. It's a tuner. It can treat itself as a normal monster, so it can be used for the activation of Law of the Normal. It can be used to search out Law of the Normal, and if you already have Law of the Normal, it can be used to activate the conditions of Law of the Normal. And if it's in your hand, it helps your cards. This is excellent. The archetype reviews come back. They were my favorite. I have that as an option every week, but no one ever chooses it. So it's up to people to pick that. Next up, instant win button, quick play. If you have more cards in your hand than your opponent can draw cards equal to the amount of free main monster zones you have. Special summon the same amount of level 2 or lower normal monsters from your deck or graveyard. If this effect successfully resolves, discard all but one card from your hand, add one, the Law of the Normal, from your deck to your or graveyard to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, the original attack of all normal monsters in the field becomes 2000. Man, that's a pretty gnarly passive graveyard effect. Will the new Stardust support become competitive? Probably not. So yeah, this is a 1-card win condition because it lets you special summon a whole bunch of all the monsters from your deck. It searches out Law of the Normal, and it gives them the 2000 attack boost. Use it again, and it's happiness. Yep. Can you all go watch my video that I made custom picture for the TheDuelLogs, please? You made a video? I can't click on your thing. Do you think Edo Pro and Dueling Book will be instantly DMCA when once Master Duel is fully available? Maybe. Who knows? I would think it's probably fine because I haven't done it yet, and they've known about it for years. And this isn't the first time they've released an online simulator. This is like the 4th time. Normalization. This is probably the best one they've released so far, based on that teaser. Normalization. I feel like it's Gigabyte and his evolved version. It's a Pokemon card. If all monsters you control have level 3 min, until the end of the next turn, reduce the level of all face-up monsters to 1. Negate the effects of all monsters your opponent's side of the field. All monsters you control are treated as normal monsters, while their effects are negated by this effect. Nice. During the main phase, quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, activate, or set the normal spell or trap directly from your deck. You can only activate one effect of normalization per turn, only once that turn. Normal pills, yeah. Don't show this card to Dream. Ugh. Oh man, I gotta cut this stream short. I just had a quick stabbing pain in my chest. Although it's not my heart, that's just a chest condition I have. I've just been talking too much. Yeah, and I'm at an hour. How many other cards do we have left? Ooh, excellent art. Time to cut this short. How many did I not get to? Oh, I really like this one. Here, I'm gonna go over this one real quick. Heart attack? No, I have a condition called costochondritis. It has symptoms very similar to a heart attack. Also, the pain in the chest was on my right side. I think your heart's on the left, right? I forget. Which one is it? Yeah, it's not my heart, though. My heart's fine. Let's see. Ritual of the Normal. You can reveal this card in your hand. Add 1 ritual art card spell from your deck to your hand. It's just like the Chalice Slime card. I love it. This card searches out its ritual card in the hand using itself. Why don't more ritual cards do that? Heart is left, I think? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on the left. It's not my heart, though. Like, I've had my heart check a million times, and they're always like, yeah, your heart's super healthy. It's fine. It's a condition called costochondritis. It's literally like a chest condition, you know, like the meat and bones in your chest, not the actual inside organs. Let's see. Also, you contribute this. So you use a ritual art card. So like advanced ritual art, which allows you to use normal monsters from your deck as materials, which is what I assume this is going for. And then it has the effect, you contribute this ritual summon card, special summon as many normal monsters, use as the ritual summon for this card from your graveyard as possible. Yeah, that's great. You can shuffle this card in your graveyard back into your deck. Add 1 card that mentions normal monsters in its card text from your deck to your hand. Wow. This card is so good. Each effect of Ritual of the Normal can only be used once per turn. And it's a quick effect, so it can like dodge itself into all the normal monsters in the graveyard. And it has custom art too, of a fusion of all of the normal monster stuff. It's the card, let's connect the ribs to the stern. Yeah, something like that. I'm fine, I'm not gonna die. It's just talking too much, you know, hurts my chest sometimes for some reason, I don't know why. And like, whenever I'm reading all these cards, I have to use my announcer voice, which like, you know, it's really long. It puts a lot of strain on my chest. Ritual art cards. This dude is a beast, so it can search out advanced ritual art from the hand. Obviously, you use the normal monsters in order to go into it. It can float. No, it can dodge out into the normal monsters from your graveyard with its quick effect. And it has a graveyard effect to search outlaw the normal, or just any other card. Do you have an ICD? No, my heart is fine. I don't have anything related to my heart. Don't worry about it. Like, I've literally had a whole bunch of chest tests done to it in the you know, big hospitals, because they take like anything related to your chest super seriously when you go to the hospital. Okay, this card's awesome. This is probably my favorite one. I never even thought of like a ritual monster like this to help support the archetype, but it would be so good. This one, I just like the name of this, the normal Sussy. The Sussy Banka. The effect itself, I forget. I don't think it's actually that good. But I really love the artwork and the name of this one. Costochondritis? Yeah, that's the name of it. This card is treated as a normal monster while face up on the field, as long as you do not control other effect monsters. Okay. If the total amount of level 2 or lower monsters in your hand, field, and graveyard are equal or higher than 5, you can send 1 Law of the Normal from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Activate the effect of that card in the graveyard. So kind of like Destiny Hero Diamond Dude, except you can do it whenever. And also, you don't need to meet the conditions of it either, because you can just activate the effect of it. Whoa, literally Diamond Dude. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, this is way better than I thought it was. Whoa. It's real easy to just use Law of the Normal. Basically like Diamond Dude. Also, Sus Among Us. Is that an Among Us wrestler? Do you guys see Hardleg Joe's, he's doing season 2 of the Chaos Draft. And like when MBT was doing, he's like, okay, chat, say something intelligent. And the first thing they say is Among Us. I thought that was funny. Among Us. Normal delivery. Oh, these are great artwork. I need to end this early, though. Oh, these are good. I forgot. Look at this. A level 2 0 scale monster. This is what we need in the actual game. Cannot be pendulum summons at normal monsters. Cannot be negated once per turn quick effect. Target one level 2 or lower monster on the field. Special summon one monster with the same name of that from your deck or graveyard. Whoa, so good. It's actually a great effect. When this card's activated, add a level 2 or lower monster from your deck to your hand. If you control 3 or more level 2 or lower monsters, you can special summon this card from your pendulum zone. Well, that's so good. These are so good. It has custom art too. But I gotta go. Okay, I remember this one. This one just special summons like every level 2 or lower monster from your deck. And then adds Law of the Normal. This one, I don't know what this one does, but it has great artwork. Oh, this one's cool. It's a fusion. This one's great. What it does is it like basically takes 2 of your level 2 or lower monsters and puts them in your spell and trap card zone. And then it creates a super token which has their combined stats. And when that super token leaves the field, you special summon those cards back from the spell and trap card zone. It's so unique. It's so good. Okay, and then we're at the end of it. Okay, I gotta go. My chest starts hurting. So, the announcement. Big announcement. It's not a very good announcement, unfortunately. I probably should have just told you guys what it was. Anyway, there won't be a custom card next week. And it's gonna go, the custom card review is gonna go on an indefinite hiatus, as well as all of my streams. It's not health related. It's just because I'm so behind on work. I'm so ridiculously behind on work for my 3 channels that I need to just stop doing everything that's not work related so that I can catch up. And streams actually take up a lot of my time, which could be spent working more. So there's not going to be any stream on Friday, and the custom card review is not going to happen next week. However, I could catch up real fast. And then, you know, my work is just making YouTube videos. I don't know if all of you guys know that. Like, I'm just going to be working on more YouTube videos. But I do the streams for fun. They're not what I do for a living. So I have to put them on hold because they take too much time. Like, it takes hours to screen through all of the custom cards you guys send in. Even though there's only like, well, you guys send in like 50 of them every time. There's a lot. And I have to read through all of them. So there isn't going to be a poll for next week's custom card because there isn't going to be one next week. However, when it comes back, I'm just going to make a Twitter announcement. And I'll make the Twitter announcement with the poll. So just follow the Twitter, I guess, and check up on it every once in a while. That's all it is. All the streams are going to go on indefinite hiatus until I can catch up on work, which means the Friday stream too. There's not going to be anything. I wanted to cancel the stream for today, but I was like, nah, I'm going to finish this one off because we already have the poll. Because I have lots of work to do. As soon as this is over, I'm going to eat and then just go back to work. Work for me is just making videos, I should say. There's just so many of them. I have so many things I need to work on, especially since I have to train a new editor. I'm training new people so that I can get back to... It's the World of Warcraft channel. I'm just gonna tell you, like the Yu-Gi-Oh channel, so easy to work on. Like I have the Yu-Gi-Oh channel like on lockdown. There's no problems with the Yu-Gi-Oh channel. It's the World of Warcraft channel that always puts me behind because it's just so much harder to work on those videos. Look at you being a boss. Yeah, I have like 4 people who work for me. I forget how many of them there are. Let's see, there's 2 people who work on the Yu-Gi-Oh channel. There's 1 who works on the D&D channel. And then there are 2 people who work on the World of Warcraft channel, but they do so kind of sparingly. And I'm hiring a 3rd. So that's 6 people total? Yeah, because I'm hiring a new editor and training him. I'm also hiring like a project manager for the WoW channel because it's just such annoying. It's such a nightmare to run that channel. Because here's the thing. The World of Warcraft side of YouTube has a much higher standard of quality. So you need to make higher quality videos in order to compete with everyone else. The Yu-Gi-Oh side of YouTube doesn't have that problem at all. And also the videos themselves are just inherently easier to make. You know, even though my average video takes 8 hours to make, it's like the standard of quality is just, it's so good. I love the Yu-Gi-Oh channel. Don't tell my WoW channel, but my Yu-Gi-Oh channel is my favorite. This is my favorite channel to make videos for. I need to go, guys. Yeah, I do. If I knew how to edit, I'd apply. Yeah, I already, I have a new editor. We're just in training. The thing is, like, it's easier for me to just train someone to edit than it would be to just hire someone. Because I had so many people flake out in the past. Are you rich or something? How can you afford paying 6 other people? What constitutes rich? Let me look this up. I don't think I am. I think I'm upper middle class. What is rich in the USA? Net worth of nearly 2 million. Yeah, I'm not rich. Most Americans say to be considered wealthy in the US, you need to have a net worth of nearly 2 million. 1.9 million. That's less than the net worth of 2.6 million Americans cited as a threshold. Wow. I need to have a net worth of $2 million before I can be rich. Wait, do I have a net worth of 2 million? I don't think I do. Upper middle is pretty high. Yeah, like the, you know, for numbers, the Yu-Gi-Oh channel alone makes at least 6 figures. And that's not counting my other 2 channels, which also perform very well. So, like, I can easily afford to hire the 6 people. And, like, one of my workers for the Yu-Gi-Oh channel makes more working for my channel than they did, you know, being an accountant. The disparity between upper middle and rich is large? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm not rich. However, I'm well off. That's for sure. The net worth of this channel is $328,000. How do they determine a net worth of a channel? DuelLogs net worth reveal? I don't know how to determine that. Like, that's how much the channel could make in 2 years? Yeah, that's reasonable. But is that really a net worth? I looked at... How did you look it up? Where does the data? I'm interested. Always interested to hear about how much a YouTube channel makes, even if it's a little rude to ask. Yeah, it's... The reason you don't hear the data too often is because most YouTube channels are very dependent on fan donations. Like Patreon, Twitch subs, and just pure donations. They're like super chats and stuff. My channel isn't dependent on any of that. Like, I don't depend on, like, I earn almost all of my revenue from ad revenue and sponsorships. Which means you guys don't need to send me anything. I don't need super chats. You know, save your money. Unless you really want to send a super chat. That's why they're turned on. I have considered just turning them off, but people will sometimes ask for them, so they're just on by default. That's the only reason I can give you guys the numbers is because I'm not dependent on fan donations. However, a lot of YouTube channels are. And it's smart YouTube practice to diversify your income so it's not all coming from ad revenue and, you know, sponsorships. Because sponsors pay a lot. We do because we love you. We're like grandmas around Christmas. You put your YouTube channel name and net worth and you'll get it? Really? Let me try that. TheDuelLogs net worth. I always watch the ads on your video. Honestly, YouTube Premium, YouTube Red, is way more valuable. Like, 1 YouTube Premium view is worth more than like 100 ad views. So if you want to support every YouTube creator you watch at the same time, YouTube Premium's the way to go. They should really advertise YouTube Premium in that way. The DuelLogs net worth in 2021. Your net worth is... The DuelLogs is an American YouTube channel that has a net worth of $260,000 as of March 2028. How does it determine net worth? Actually, bigger question, what is net worth? I don't know what net worth is. Isn't that like how much all of your assets are worth and not just like how much you make in a year? How much money the following earnings are estimated on YouTube's advertising revenue based on this channel's audience. Today, $83. Yesterday, $133. Oh, that's low. That's not right at all. That's way too low. I make more than that. I make like that much an hour. Yeah, these numbers are way off. They're too conservative. Yeah, according to my data, the Yu-Gi-Oh channel alone made $550 yesterday from ad revenue. That's just for one day. So this website's saying I make $83 a day, and that's not even a good day. That's normal. I wonder how much the actual is, if this like website is so lowballing it. Liquid assets or something, stats website I found. Yeah, this website's really off. You can sell your organs for around 200K, I guess. On the black market, maybe. You know, selling your organs is illegal. Do you consider enabling brave donations? What's brave donations? I have super chats turned on. You know, I am appreciative of all super chats, but, you know, I don't encourage them at all. Like, there are things you can do while streaming to encourage donations, which are just smart if you need them. But it's more like, hey, if you want to, that's great, but you don't have to. You can just spend the money on more Yu-Gi-Oh cards instead. Give Konami your money. And instead, just watch all my videos on repeat. Somehow it knows it. Again, Stat Smash. Stat Smash. Stat Smash is wrong, though. They're really wrong. We need a finance class. You know, one of my editors is an accountant. I can just ask them. I wonder how much it says my Yu-Gi-Oh channel, my World of Warcraft channel is worth. Net worth, let me see, hirumaredx. It says my World of Warcraft channel is worth 157,000. That's also wrong, but they do have it lower than the Yu-Gi-Oh channel, which is correct. Yu-Gi-Oh channel does make more. I don't know how they determine their stats. I guess it just has to be an average. Really depends on if your efforts are up for sale too, or if you walk. Yeah, I guess. I think it's really hard to determine that. I thought you were hungry? Oh, I'm starving. I'm so hungry. It's not my money, it's Konami's money. I just gotta warp my wallet. Exactly. Do you take bitcoins for donations? No, I don't mess around with cryptocurrency. The thing is, I've known about bitcoins since like the early days of bitcoins. And they're like, you should invest in bitcoins. And I was like, I have a good feeling this is going to be worth a lot someday. However, I'm gonna ignore it. I just made an active decision to not touch bitcoins. And I could have made so much money if I had invested back then, but I don't regret it. Because I already do well for myself doing something else. Like once and I made nothing. Yeah, you need to get tons of views in order to make any kind of real money. Like the Yu-Gi-Oh channel gets like 3 million views a month on average. And I think the average views is like you make $1 to $5 per 1,000 views. So it just really adds up that way. And then like the more views you have, the more valuable you are to advertise your videos on. So like, you know, for transparency, the last sponsored video I put up, which was like a couple months ago, was on for Surfshark VPN. And they paid $800 for that ad spot. Which is about how much the video would probably make on its own anyway. So it's basically just like doubling the revenue of a video. And that's just because I like their thing, their service. The services, you know, who are more sketchy, they pay way more. Like, for example, Raid Shadow Legends, they offer like 1,500 baseline per video spot. And I always turn them down because that's so low for how, you know, low quality. Mainly because they offered a friend of mine who has another channel His channel has like 300,000 subscribers, and Raid offered them $10,000 for an ad spot. And it's like 1,500. That's so lowballing it. Give you the same offer as my friend, and maybe I'll consider it. But no. Could be better. Could be worse. Yeah. I mean, Raid is kind of a meme at this point. I don't think anyone would care. Especially, but the thing is, one of the things I don't like about, mobile game ads is they don't let you have any creativity with what you do. Like, did you guys see the ad I put in my... Here, I'll show you guys. Let me see if I can bring it up. Let me show you the ad I created. Like, Raid would never let me do the ad I did in my plant video. It was called Top 10 Plants. Came out like in March, I think? No, it was in April. It was slightly before the obelisk video. Yeah, here it is. Includes paid promotion. Let me go to studio mode. Let me show you guys this. Desktop 2, I think. Wait, did it reset? I think it kind of reset. The custom card review, studio mode. Okay, have you seen Internet Historian's ad? So this is the ad I did for my plant video for Surfshark VPN. Oh no, the plants are taking over the world. We have to hack into their mainframe right here in order to shut down their growth supplements.
But won't they know we're hacking into their thing?
Not if we use Surfshark VPN.
Surfshark VPN allows you to hack into something without detection?
No, of course not. But it will allow us to watch The Office on Netflix while we do it, by simply setting our country region to the UK.
How will that help us go unnoticed by the plant overlords?
Simple. If we use Surfshark VPN's built-in blind search feature, we can look up instructions online without anyone spying on us, including algorithms and companies who might want to sell us bald cream supplements.
But how do they know that you're balding?
It's because they spy on our search habits, which can be prevented if you use a VPN.
That all sounds good and all, but that doesn't really help in our particulars.
Ah, that's the moon. I guess I could go to the moon. Yeah, like, you know, I like having the creative freedom in that. And Surfshark was very open about anything. I don't need to play the whole thing, you know. Surfshark VPN /TheDuelLogs for 83% off for 3 extra months. Whoa. Ooh, whoa. But yeah, that's why I don't like mobile sponsorships. They don't let you do that. Have you ever noticed mobile sponsorships, they're all kind of the same. It's because they're very strict on what you can actually say. And they make you say some really dumb things like, you can play this in full HD. It's like, nobody cares if it's full HD. It's like, oh, but you have to mention it, otherwise we won't pay you. Okay. I gotta go. I'm starving. And I'm ending the stream because I can't record for too long, otherwise I destroy my voice. And creativity is the way? Yeah, exactly. There will be more sponsorships in the future. I just don't have any lined up right now. Mainly because I'm way behind on work. They actually take kind of a long time to set up. Because there's like a lot of talking you have to do, and then you have to actually edit the stuff and everything. Okay, I gotta go. And remember, there won't be a custom card review next week, but if I catch up quickly, there'll be one in the week after. I make no promises, though. That's why it's an indefinite hiatus. It will be back eventually, just not until I'm, I hope NordVPN sponsors you one day, so you can do silly ads. Nord sent me a message, today, actually. I'm not gonna do it, though. Okay,